Hi guys! Now, topic naman natin ngayon is the male reproductive system. Starting off with the gonads. We have the testes. Okay? So this is the section of a human testis, a cross-section of a human testis. Yan yung main parenchyma ng testis. Okay, yun nakikita natin sa screen. While etong nasa gilid niya is its tunica albuginea. Got the tunica albuginea enclosing the testes of the humans. We can also appreciate that this tunica albuginea enters the parenchyma and creates stroma within the medulla of the testes. As you can see here, it traverses this section of the testes. It is, of course, kagaya ng ibang parenchymatous organ, it's made up of irregular dense white fibrous connective tissue. Okay? As you can see here, so each of those na nabubuo niya na parts, nahihiwalay pala nitong stroma na yan, would be considered a testicular lobule. So each of these is a testicular lobule with a the endpoint of the straight tubules or the tubuli recti. This one's is directed towards the retitestes of the testes, which is the collecting ducts ng mismong mga seminiferous tubules. Okay, so let's dive deep into each of the seminiferous tubules under LPO. So yung mga islands na nakikita natin dyan, these are the seminiferous tubules. They house the growing, the developing male gametes, which is the spermatocytes. So human testis siguro ito, so hindi pa tayo nakakita ng mature na spermatocytes, yung meron ng tail, or meron itong mature, maliit, as in dense na ang kanyang nucleus, pero hindi natin siya ma-appreciate yung tail. Punta tayo dito sa rat testis. Alright, mas ma-appreciate natin siya. Each of those circles are actually seminiferous tubules. Ganda ng patas pa niya, no? So we can see here yung cells na merong malalaking nucleus with a very distinct nucleolus. These are the Sertoli cells. They nurse the developing gametes. While yung maliit na cells na nasa periphery, close to these Sertoli cells, are the the spermatogonium. Yung mga yan ay mga spermatogonium. And this ones, yung nakikita natin na parang distinct na yung chromatin sa kanilang nucleus, sila ang mga primary spermatocyte. Primary to secondary spermatocyte, may mga nakakat din siguro na primary spermatocyte, and which would develop into the spermatids. Okay, so these are the spermatids. Yung nakikita natin fibrous material na mukhang cilia. So these are already the tails of the spermatozoa. So sa ibang seminiferous tubules, mas kitang-kita yung mga tails, such as this one, yung concentric halo na yan. These are actually tails that is made up of the rat testes. So as you can see there, again, the spermatogonium. You've got the large Sertoli cells, the primary spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes, and the spermatids. Yung spermatid, magde-develop na into the spermatozoon kung meron na siyang head at saka tail. Okay? Now, punta tayo doon sa interstitial cells. Interstitial cells, meron mga connective tissue cells at meron din tayo nakikitang mga capillaries, because the testes also function as an endocrine gland. It secretes a hormone known as the testosterone, such as these cells. These cells are the interstitial cells of Leydig, or Leydig cells, or interstitial cells of the testes. Sila yung nagsisecrete ng testosterone. Hence, they are endocrine cells. They are close to a capillary kasi lagi nga na diretso na doon ang kanilang secretion. Tingnan natin siya under human testes, yung interstitium mismo ng testes, such as these, ay may mga capillaries kasi yung secretion ng mga Leydig cells na to ay diretso na sa kanila. Malinaw, gets natin si testes. Moving on to the epididymis. In the epididymis, what we will be able to see are again just tubules, but these tubules has function as here the spermatozoa matures. What we are seeing here, yung mga tubules na yan contains maturing spermatozoa. And macroscopically, the epididymis pwede natin hatiin into head, body, and tail, or the cauda for the tail, corpora for the body, and damn, I forgot, it's letter C. Corpora, cauda, hindi cephalica. I forgot the head of the epididymis. Search na lang yun. Hindi na function na aking brain doon bigla. Okay. What we are seeing is its lining epithelium. It is columnar to pseudocolumnar in its epithelium. Here we can see that it is pseudocolumnar to stratified pa nga. In this region, it is stratified. Pero dito sa kabila, it is columnar cells. You can see that it is lined by columnar cells with stereocilia. So, may ciliated sila. Pasensya, medyo malabo na yung ating. May na-appreciate pa naman akong cilia. As you can see, may ilang dead cells na nakadikit sa kanila. So, syempre, dead na din yung nasa gitna na yan. Pero, may mga dead cells pa dito na nasa gilid. So, usually, yung abundant cells na nasa gitna, yung mga nagmamature na cells, sila yung nasa lumen. While these ones, sila yung nahinihila na at ini-escalate na ng stereocilia. Okay, so that is the epididymis. Moving on to the vas deferens. Actually, it is a misnomer, pero yung lumang ang pangalan talaga ni vas deferens ay vas deferens, but in Latin, yung vas meaning it is a vessel which is usually confined to blood vessels. Ngayon, kinonsider na siya as duct. Kaya ang tawag na sa kanya is ductus deferens. So this is the ductus deferens. Punta pala muna tayo dito sa scanner. As you can see, its tunica muscularis is very thick. That is the tunica muscularis. It has a small tunica adventitia, which continues to the tunica adventitia found within the spermatic cord. Okay? Itong section na to ay hindi na nakasama yung buong spermatic cord. Ito, may blood vessel siyang kasama. As you can see, it is continuous to all the other organs found inside the spermatic cord. Punta na tayo sa mucosa. Tunica mucosa, it is lined by pseudostratified columnar epithelium, again with stereocilia. So again, they are pseudostratified epithelium na merong, cilia. That is the tunica mucosa of the of the vas deferens. We can see some lamina propria with very small muscularis mucosae, pero it is only made up of loose and elastic fibers. Much of it is its mucosa lined by the seminiferous, the pseudostratified columnar epithelium. And again, in live specimens, perhaps mas may makikita pa tayo na mas malaking lamina propria sa dahil kinot na siya, na section na siya, na-collapse na siya. Ang karamihan natin makikita is yung folds ng kanyang mucosa. Okay, now we've got the vas deferens. We're done with the with the ductus deferens. Punta tayo sa mga accessory glands. We have ampulla, seminal vesicle, prostate, and the bulbourethral gland. We only have some sections of the seminal vesicle and the prostate gland. Yung bulbourethral, malabo na yung stain, kaya hindi na natin i-discuss dito. Punta muna tayo sa seminal vesicle. So this is the seminal vesicle of the humans. Okay? So this is a compound gland. Each of this lobule is considered part of the seminal vesicle. We can appreciate its lumen. It has primary and secondary mucosal folds. As you can see here, yung primary yung galing mismo dito sa kanyang lining epithelium, and those are the secondary mucosal folds ni seminal vesicle. Spaces in between them are considered as the crypts of the seminal vesicle. Tingnan natin ang kanyang tissue. This one is just an artifact. Dito tayo. As you can see here, meron pa siyang secretion sa kanyang lumen. So it is lined by simple to a pseudostratified glandular columnar epithelium. So as you can see here, these are the columnar epithelium lining the mucosal folds of the seminal vesicle. Ito yung kanyang secretion sa kanyang mga mucosal crypts. Okay? In its periphery, ay makikita pa rin tayong other tunics, the tunica muscularis and the tunica adventitia. Hindi siya nahagip lahat. only the this ones, sila na din sila. Sila na din sila. Sila na din ang tunica muscularis ng seminal vesicle. We've got the tunica adventitia and the tunica muscularis of the seminal vesicle. Kung makapansin nyo, mas nagiging columnar yung nado dun sa primary. Yan na dito sa primary. As you can see, malalaking nucleus, matataas yung kanyang cytoplasm sa primary folds. And as we progress towards the middle of the lumen of the seminal vesicle, nagiging pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium siya. So again, kapag nag-expand siya, capable again siya na maraming cells doon sa lumen na capable of secretions. We go now to the prostate. Again, what we have here is a human prostate. It is a tubulo-acinar seromucous gland. Kaya ganyan ang itsura niya, hindi siya bilog-bilog. Marami siyang tubes. Under the HPO, we can appreciate that the secretory cells are just like that of the seminal vesicle. Primarily, serous ang kanyang secretion. So you can see here, maninipis yung cells. Wala tayong nakikita parang mga foamy structures sa kanyang secretory cells. Hence, ang secretion nitong prostate gland is serous. Its mucosa is also studded with capillaries, kaya may nakikita tayong mga RBCs sa kanyang parenchyma. Sa kanyang mucosa. Each of those mucosa may ma-appreciate tayong smooth muscle cells capable of contracting para ma-release itong kanyang secretion ng mga glandular gland. But its periphery meron din smooth muscle cells, as you can see here. So ito yung stroma na nag-run again along the middle, along the parenchyma ng prostate na nagkokos ng kanyang lobulation. Mukhang may mga lobulation siya. Each of them contains smooth muscle cells for the facilitation ng secretion ng laman ng mga serous glands. So you can see these are smooth muscle cells. There you go. So you can see there are smooth muscle cells. Now, punta na tayo sa bulbourethral gland. So let's use Bacha. As you can see here, this is a bulbourethral gland. More, as you can see, para dun sa other ating pinag-usapang mga secretions, sa kanya ay more or less mucus ang kanyang secretion, lighter ang kanyang secretory cells, with its nucleus located in its base. Okay? They have a basally located basally displaced nuclei. But still, it looks like kung yung schema nung accessory glands, parang ganon pa rin, tubulo-acinar ang kanyang shape ng kanyang secretory cells. So, kung yung in dogs and human, yung kanilang prostate is primarily serous, ganun magiging tsura. So, darker staining, kapag mucosal or mixed yung kanya mucosal mucus or mix yung kanyang secretions, again, yung kanilang cytoplasm would appear pale. Okay, so that is for the bulbourethral gland. And finally, the external genitalia of the males, the penis. So, napakita ko na din to sa male urethra. Okay, magsimula tayo dito sa gitna. So, that is the urethra, the penile urethra. Okay, so it is enclosed by this space, cavernous space, which is the corpus spongiosum. So, siya yung nag-enclose sa penile urethra. It is still made up of sinuses. Yan, may mga sinuses sila. Pero less likely ang kanya, mas kakunti yung kanyang expansion. Mas malaki ang expansion na naproproduce dito sa corpus cavernosum. Now that, yung malaki na yan, nakapalibot sa kanya is the corpus cavernosum. Okay? Corpus cavernosum. So, kapag nag-expand yan, na-fill siya ng blood, mas nag-e-erect pa. Naging tumescent ang penis. Okay? As we progress on its periphery, may nakikita tayong area kung saan mukha siyang epidermis. So you can see, meron din tayo nakikita ang mga stratum corneum and Malpighian layer ng epidermis. And this one is dermal naman na itsura niya. So dermis siya. It is continuous with the tunica albuginea ng penis. Okay? So again, histologically, this is made up of loose connective tissue and dense irregular connective tissue. Well, this one is made up of stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Pero may nakikita na tayong stratum corneum. Okay, punta naman tayo sa other type ng testes, which is a fibroelastic testes such as this. Penis. Fibroelastic penis such as this one of the cattle. So, kahit siya ay fibroelastic, capable pa rin naman siya ng engorgement ng blood vessel. Kaya may nakikita tayong mga sinuses pa rin for blood dito sa kanyang corpus spongiosum. Mas maliit na din ang kanyang corpus cavernosum. Tingnan natin kung mahagip dito sa section na to. Ang kanilang corpus cavernosum. Magsimula tayo dito sa kanilang penile urethra. That is the penile urethra. Ito yung kanyang lumen. It is lined by columnar to pseudostratified epithelium. Okay, from there, tingnan nyo habang tayo nagpro-progress, meron tayo nakikitang sinuses there. Those are the corpus spongiosum. And this one is may malaking blood vein and we have muscles and fibrous, dense white fibrous connective tissue. Yang mga yan. Kasi siya ay fibroelastic na penis. As you can see, wala tayong nakikita cavernous spaces. Yun kagaya doon sa penile penis ng humans na malaki yung kanyang corpus cavernosum here. Wala tayong nakikita ang corpus cavernosum. Nakikita natin ay itong fibrous material na nag-enclose sa testis. Sa penis. About testis and testis. Okay, so that's it for the male reproductive system.